A very good afternoon to everyone. It's pleasure having you all on board. I, Pooja Melvanki, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany and Mentor-Mentee Coordinator, IIC, CLE's Rajalakshmivada Science Institute, Autonomous Belagavi, extend a gracious welcome to you all for the Impact Lecture Sessions, sponsored by MOE's Innovation Cell, AICTE, and organized by Institutions Innovation Council, RLSI, Belagavi. Hope you all will have a precious afternoon. I now request Dr. Prashant Remat, IIC convener, to welcome the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon to one and all present here. I, Dr. Prashant Remat, convener of Institutions Innovation Council, RL Science Institute, Belagavi, welcomes you all to this Impact Lecture session. I feel extremely happy to welcome you all to this gathering. As you all know, the Institutions Innovation Council, RL Science Institute, has been selected from Ministry of Education's Innovation Cell, MIC, Government of India, to conduct Impact Lecture sessions on various activities. So, as you all know, session 1 was conducted on 24th June 2022, which included 2 lectures. Lecture 1 was regarding, it is entitled was Entrepreneurship as Alternative Career Option, and lecture 2 was Soft Skills for Career Guidance, which was organized through Google Meet. Yes. Yeah, sorry for the interruption. In addition, now, which that was Impact Lecture session 1, and now we have sorry for the interruption due to some technical issues. It is getting paused and play. Yeah, as in addition, now as of today, we have organized for the under session 2, which includes 2 lectures. The lecture 1, Innovation Strategies and Transfer of Innovations into Applications. Lecture 2, IPR, an Overview and Implications through Zoom platform. So today we have a dynamic personality as a resource person, Mr. Gautam Palaniswamy. So I welcome you, sir, for this Impact Lecture session. I also welcome. I extend my warm welcome.
Thanks, Prashant, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. I also extend my warm welcome to Dr. Jyoti Kavlekar ma'am, Principal RL Science Institute. I welcome Dr. Satish MP, President, IIC RL Science Institute, and life member of KLE. I also welcome Dr. Kirti Badgi ma'am, IQAC Coordinator, RL Science Institute, and Srimati Megha Galgali, Innovation Cell Coordinator, IIC RL Science Institute. I also welcome Srimati Pooja Madvanki ma'am, Mentor Mentee Coordinator, IIC RL Science Institute, and Dr. M. Tamboli, IPR Coordinator, IIC RLSR. And I also welcome Dr. Jagdish Hirembad sir, ARIA Coordinator, IIC RLSR. Lastly, I would like to welcome heads of various departments, IIC coordinators, faculty members, and all my dear students. Thank you and welcome you all once again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Moving on with the session, I would take it my proud privilege to introduce our resource person of the session 2, Lecture 1, Mr. Gautam Palaniswamy, sir. Gautam Palaniswamy is the Chief Innovation Officer and Manager of Satyabhama Technology Business Incubator located at Chennai, which is India's first CBI focusing on blue economy. Sir is the past CEO of BIC's Pariyar University of State Government Supported Incubator. He is the Rochester International Certified Chief Innovation Officer, Certified Professional at International Institute of Management, Germany in Marketing, Innovation and Finance Management. With this short, brief introduction, I present before you all Mr. Palaniswamy, sir, and I request sir to take over the session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pooja ma'am. Thanks, Prashant sir, for the invitation. Thanks to each and everyone from RL Institute who had put their heart and soul behind the session, right? Good afternoon, one and all. Am I audible? Am I visible?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir. Visible,
fine,
audible.
Fine. Thank you. Thank you. Wherever I start, I'll always make one sort of oral agreement with each and everyone present here, right? So this is except for the organizers, because organizers, sadly, they have invited me, so they have to follow or listen to me, whatever, right? This is purely for the participant. Okay, one is a request, yes, and another one, is a question. Okay, so the request is, considering your situations, if possible, switch on your videos so that I won't feel like a lone person screaming from here and there. Obviously it's going to be IIC session, I am not your professor, I am not holding any of your internal marks. I am not going to be your external too. I am a poor soul who is taking care of a TBI which is not even related to an academic background or such kind of things. So what we involve with startups and innovation related things. So you can freely interact with me. You have all the liberty to switch on your video, and whenever required, you have all the liberty to switch on your audio and start interacting. So that freedom you all have. So one request is, if possible, considering your scenarios, backgrounds, and all things around, you can switch on your video. Else, just give a thumbs up in the chat box that you are active. So we can confirm, though. I am really blessed to have very limited crowd here, so that we can have some sort of fruitful discussions over. Because normally those 60 and 100 numbers, I literally hate that, because there won't be any sort of fruitful interactions personally happening. Here we can interact more. This is going to be innovation strategy. We can plan a real strategy with one of your live project itself, and we can take it forward in implementing that. Okay. The another thing is where the agreement is made is, obviously it is an IIC session. We are going to speak innovations. The terms will be new. The questions which I pose to you will be, it might be new, or you might be even advanced more than me, more than anyone else in this forum in that particular topic, right? But make sure whatever questions I throw, okay, two answers is going to be very common. Not only me, whatever questions that you are coming across in your life, whatever scenarios you are coming across in your life, there are two questions that is you know, uh, you know there are two answers that is going to be common for any question. Okay, one answer is yes, the another answer is no. So whatever question I pose to you, if you know the answer, or if you have come across such kind of term, if you are well versed in that term, just say me a honest yes. Okay, more importantly, whatever question I am throwing to you, if you don't know that, if you are entirely new to that, yes, say a double honest no. I repeat, if you don't know a thing, say a double honest no. More than saying a yes, if you are honest with your no, you can learn a new thing today. You might escape from lack of awareness and all such kind of things. And as I said, you can freely interact with me, right? So this is what the deal which we are going to make. If you know a thing, you are going to say yes. If you don't know a thing, you are going to say a honest no. How many are agreeing to this? Can I get any answers at least in chat box? Yes or no? Are you agreeing to this? Yes or no? Yeah, I have dropped the first message to break the starting trouble, right? Hey all, I'm active in chat box too. Do you guys support me in this part? Here, let me check the liveliness, right? If you know a thing, you are going to say yes. If you don't know, you are going to say a honest no. This is what the agreement is. Yeah. Thanks, Pranati, for answering. Yes. Thanks, Shreyas. Thanks, Soheb. Thank you. Thanks for the yes. And thanks for accepting the deal too. Right. Since you have accepted my deal, yeah, I'm going to say a happy news to you. Yeah. I don't have any sort of presentation to make you bored. Instead, I have something different. I'm just going to take you to a ride. After making the basics clear, I'm just going to take you through a ride where, if you have joined in a desktop, if you have joined in a laptop, just open a new tab. Whatever sites I'm going to share with you, you are going to travel along with me, and you are going to get to know the life opportunities and those strategies where these innovations can be transferred. Yes, this is what the written gift I'm going to give you for accepting the invitation. Yes, deal, guys. So to start with, innovation strategies and transfer of those innovations to applications. So that is what we are going to discuss, interact, or share. Whatever I know, whatever you know, it's going to be two-way interactions. Before starting with the innovation strategy, what is your opinion on innovation? What is innovation to Pranati? What is innovation to Shreyas? What is innovation to Soyab? Any sort of, since they three have answered, I'm just interacting. And hi, Jyoti ma'am. Pleased to be in this forum. Thanks for joining with us. It can be, I don't want any sort of textbook definition. Whenever you hear this word innovation, we are all in the Institute Innovation Council session. The institution has been speaking about the innovation for a long time. So we are all speaking about innovation, the startups, and all these buzzwords today. Whenever we say this term innovation, what is the first thing that strikes your mind? What to you is innovation? Remember, we have a good deal. If you know, you are going to say yes. If you don't know, say a honest no. Yes, no, or any answers? What is innovation? I think you can unmute. Your host has enabled that option, I believe.
Yes, sir, it is enabled.
Yes, it is enabled.
Yes,
Thanks, sir.
yes.
You also have one beautiful option in the Zoom. Personally, also you can drop me the message if you have that guilt conscious in dropping in a common chat box, right? This is very basic, literally very basic. What is innovation in your perspective? We are all from Science Institute, right? We are speaking science. Science involves innovation. Until you answer, let me have a sip. Hello. Hi, I'm Gautam. Okay. Thanks, Wahib. To think differently and make same thing, I think you are trying to say something. Let me take in that part. To think differently and make something new which is useful to us or society. Fine. Awesome. Thank you, Sohaib. So Sohaib is thinking differently, according to Sohaib. Innovation is nothing but which makes you think differently. And innovation is nothing but making something which is useful to us and society. The innovation should be useful to us as well as the society, not or. There is nothing any or option. If it is a real-time fruitful innovation, it should benefit the society. If it is benefiting the society, it will definitely benefit us. That is one part. Galaxy J7 next. Yeah, good mobile, but I think you can rename to your name. New ideas. Fine. Great one. So thank you, Soheb, and thanks to the owner of Galaxy J7 Next. Thank you, you both. Thanks for helping me out. As Soheb said, Soheb has made the point. Okay, Soheb has made his point very clear. Innovation is something. The thing should be new, which we say as a novel thing. Yeah, the thing should be new, novel, which is not yet being said or experimented by anyone else. Innovation need not to be successful or commercially or nothing like that. It is a novel thing that is beneficial to any other any other livelihood, not in terms of human alone. You can innovate for any creatures, right? Innovation need not to be a product. Innovation can also be a service, right? It is barrierless. Innovation is always a barrierless. So innovation is something that is new. It is beneficial to you, me, everyone in the society, every living creatures. And innovation shall be any sort of product or service. So this is what generally out of textbook and innovation in general, right? Are you guys with me? Yes or no? So this is what innovation is. Fine. So to practice that innovation, we are in need of a strategy. Yes. Now my next question is, we have said about innovation, what this strategy is doing. So what is a strategy? What will you call as a strategy? Yeah, type in. What is a strategy to you? You have one more beautiful option, yes or no. Very simple one word answer. What is a strategy? Mm. To make plans which will work easily. Okay. Making decisions. Awesome. Strategy is, yes, mega. Thanks, ma'am. Planning and executing. Fine. Exactly. Strategy is nothing but the set of plans which we use to achieve something. So your strategy should make you to achieve the thing. A successful route, we can say, or the route which we are experimenting to achieve success. So that is what a strategy is all about. Yeah. With that strategy, with the results of the strategy only, we are able to make our decisions, whether it is successful or not, whether we can go ahead or not. So those things, if you are going in this route, how how the results will be. Now, if I want to travel from one place to another, I might be having some 3 or 4 routes to achieve that. But which is the shortest route? Which is the traffic less route? Through which route I can go there without any sort of hassles, all such kind of things. So planning this part to achieve something is what a strategy is all about. So strategy in innovation is nothing but you are experimenting something, you are planning something to execute on ground, to execute that innovation. That is what the thing. Yeah. Sorry for inconvenience from my side. Yeah. It's my higher authority, I should answer. Fine. So innovation obviously, requires a strategy. An innovation without a strategy is obviously a time-sucking thing, and without a strategy, the chances of failure are very high. Uh, you know, the first day of college, you know that you are going to study. I have joined BSc Physics, and I should enter the first year classroom of BSc Physics, right? I know where I should go. I should know where that first year BSc Physics is located, at what route I should take to go to that first year classroom. So this is what the strategy is. Likewise, if you are planning your innovation, if you are coming up with an idea to implement that, I know this thing has to be done. How, when, what, which. To answer all these questions, you need a strategy. We have a number of ways to plan a strategy. I'll share with you 1 or 2 things, and then let me go to the tried as a process of this. Okay. I request the host to make me a co-host and give me the option to share my screen. Definitely, this is not going to be a presentation. I'll share you the first strategy. The first strategy which everyone can try this. This is nothing but a project management canvas. We call this as a project management canvas. Okay. Just share my screen.
So now you're a host. I hope you can.
Yeah, I can. Thank you. Can you see my screen? I've opened the project management canvas. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir, it is.
Thank you so much, ma'am. While speaking about the project management canvas, we always use this canvas to plan any sort of project that has to be implemented. Take for example, you guys will always, being a college student, you will be having a project, right? That's why I'm starting with this. I motivate you to plan your project in such a way so that the results will be more clear, and you will be, do not wasting your time in taking, other sort of alternative routes in this. Okay. So in general, before we plan a strategy, we'll be checking the purpose, scope, success criteria, milestone, action, result, team, stakeholders, users, resource, constraint, risk, blah blah blah, all such kind of things. All these things are in textbook. I have showcased you a chart where, so all these things should be in the strategy, but how we can plan these things precisely so that our way of achieving the plan is very clear. No. For example, let me take one problem where there is a common problem which India faces during sewage cleaning. What it is, while cleaning a sewage, especially the under what the potholes, if we clean it manually, a person enters into the potholes, there is a high risk element that the poisonous gases he may inhale the poisonous gases out of that sewage, and many people are losing their lives because of this. This is a huge problem, right? This is a huge problem. Have you ever come across such a kind of problem, or have you heard these kind of things happening in this country in any news? Yes or no? I can't use my chat box since I have used my desktop screening. Yes, I hope you will be right. This is a general problem. Okay, so one startup named Gen Robotics have solved this problem. How? In the sense, they have developed a robot called Bandicoot. Gen Robotics is from Kerala. It is a student startup. It is a startup that's been started from IIC, the college, IEDC, and IIC. So the students have started their work from there. Now the startup is being recognized by Dubai, Indian governments, and all such kind of international governments. They are one of the $1 million company now. I hope. Yes, they are. So they are. What they have done is they have come up with this Bandicoot robot, which makes those people who enter into the pothole as a robot operators, so they need not enter into the potholes and lose their lives. Instead, they can operate the robot from outside, and this robot will enter into the potholes and it will make the cleaning works done. You are not losing your job, as well as you are not losing your life, as well as the sewage is also getting cleaned. This is how real innovation should be. Like Sohab and others have stated, this is one innovation that benefits not only the society, but also benefits that personal human beings also. They are earning revenue out of it. It gives them a soul satisfaction, as well as it benefits to the society. It helps government a lot, right? Today, Tamil Nadu government has ordered an n number of bandicoots to each and every wards of the state so that they are implementing that. That is the real power of innovation. So let me take that bandicoot as an example for our, this project management canvas for this strategy. Remember, this is not an entire innovation strategy. Innovation strategies are of different kinds. We are going to see only two of those strategies, but in depth with a practical example. So out of those two strategies, one is this project management canvas, and another one thing is business model canvas, right? If you are believing in your horoscope, any kind of thing, this project management canvas or a business model canvas is kind of a horoscope for innovation, whether it will work out or not. Right? Let me take in that part. So the first element in the horoscope of the project management canvas is purpose. Why it should get started? Why should the project should be started? Why is the project important? If it is important, for whom it is important? How will this project will bring a change in the future? This is the first and foremost question you should ask whenever you are starting a project. Consider you are, going to do a college project. Obviously, everyone will. Before starting a project, see, we all guys are in a mindset. Our guide will, so when we are entering into our third year or in our second year, we can approach our staff, and our staff will be giving us a title. We can take that title as our Taraka Mantra. and we can complete a project, we can submit it to our guide, we can get a degree and happily went off. If you are like that today, you will lose n number of opportunities in the outer world after finishing your college. I'm not threatening you, I'm just saying a fact, right? Instead, one mindset change is required where you approach your guide with an idea so that your guide, your mentor can groom that idea so that you can work on your own idea. While framing that idea, you should not frame on your own. You just look around people like you, like Gen Robotics, how they have looked around and how they have taken one societal problem, what the society needs. Else, if we are planning for a startup, just look around and understand what the market needs. Understand the need, and then with that need, come up with a solution, come up with a purpose. That's what this purpose is all about. Why should I do? That is what the first and foremost thing you should consider why you are planning your strategy for your innovation. The purpose. So in the case of Bandicoot, the Gen Robotics, the purpose is they should solve the problem of people losing their lives in the potholes, in the sewage potholes. So that is what the purpose, the first thing. Second thing, the budget. Nowadays, budget is not an issue. I might seem to be joking to you, but I dare have some points to prove that I am not joking, right? How much money do you need? For example, team. If you are, using a team, the internal and external staff, how much budget it would take about? How much budget it would take about for the resources? Even it is single rupee, even it is 1 rupee, it is a budget, right? So write down the budget. Make the habit of writing down the budget. Make the habit of doing a measured expenses for your innovation. After knowing your purpose, just frame your budget. Nowadays, framing a budget and getting those financial supports is easy if you have a real purposeful innovation. That's what my ride is going to be. I'm going to take you some sites, as I said. Definitely, that is what the thing is. The next thing is team. We can't, pull a vehicle single-handedly. If it is a cycle, we can pull it off. What if it is an aeroplane or ship? We can pull it off single-handed, right? So we need a team. Who is going to be our team? Definitely, it is not going to be our friends or relatives. Team is nothing but a person who can support you, who can add values to your innovation. That is what the real team is all about. So which competencies are people needed for the project? Whether they are really need for the project, whether they're going to manage the project, whether they have the capacity to manage or have the, the passion to, develop the capacity to manage the project. There are two cases. They should be equipped to a war, or they should ready to equip themselves to the war. Two cases. They should fit at least in one of the cases. If they don't fit to the case, happily reject them. Don't see they are your friend or family, even if your mother, reject. Let them support externally. They need not enter into your innovation or startup and then be a team member. Let them be an external well-wisher. Simple, right? You should know the purpose. You should define the budget for that. You should develop a team for that. And then conditions. This is what all about. You should sell, something. You should, you should check the conditions around you. If you are building a ship, you should be taking that to ocean, right? You should not take it to somewhere a 6 ways or 7 way, 8 ways highway and take the ship and make the ship run in that highway. You should know where to do, when to do. Likewise, you are knowing what to do. You know the purpose of building a ship. You should also know the condition where the ship will run. You should know the forces, events who can influence the project and where it will work. Yeah. So you should know the conditions. This is the fourth criteria. The first thing is purpose on what should be done. The second thing is budget, how much it would take from me. The third thing is the team, who and all will be joining with me, who should I involve. The fourth thing is condition. So who or what is going to support the project, where I'm going to do, what is going to restrain or constrain the project. You should know the conditions. You should know the market conditions or societal conditions, all such kind of things. The another thing is the quality. So what is your quality? Quality is what the superior form of the satisfaction which you can give to your end user of the project. Yes. So what makes the project success? How you will make the user happy? That is what this quality is all about. Yeah. So this is what the fifth category you should take. Sixth is the resources. We are at number 6. It is resources. So let me repeat. First thing is purpose. Why should you do? The budget, the team, the conditions, the milestones is number 5, the quality is number 6. This resources is what? Number 7. So seventh element is resources. So who are all with you, the conditions. I think I have left the milestone. I am very sorry. Fifth thing is milestones. Really sorry for that. I missed the part. So milestone is nothing but planning the stage of the process. So when a baby is born, there is something called toddler stage. There is something, the age where it should study at the school, the age where you should study at the college, it should go to the job, and all such kind of things. So that is what the milestones is all about. Whenever you plan your project, when should this thing happen? When should your ideation complete? When should you develop a prototype? When should to implement it? So fixing those intermediate targets and checking those results is what the milestones is all about. That is number 5. You should take your crucial decisions based on the success or failure of your milestones. That is why we are framing the milestones. Yes. So after fixing your milestones, you should check the quality, and then you are moving ahead to the resources. So what works, where there is when our necessities can be identified, where what things we are going to use. So if I'm going to develop a robot, I should know where the parts of the robots are available. I should know where the chips are available. You should know where the sensors are available, where the wires are available, right? So that is what the resource is all about. You might have money now. You might have a good team now. You know the conditions. You know how to develop a quality product. You have developed your milestones. You know the purpose too. But if you don't know where these materials are available, you can't implement it. You can't do that. You can develop that. All things will be happily staying in the paper for so long, right? You should know the resources. You should have that curiosity to know where these things will be available. The next thing is risk. You should be the first person to know what are all the risk factors involved in your own project. Yes. I repeat, you should be the first person to know what are all the risk elements are there in your future. We have spoke about Bandicoot, right? So in Bandicoot, the thing is, they are developing a robot. Fine. What if, consider a scenario, the handle of the robot get, damaged, or any sort of sensor is not working, so that the robot goes inside, but it doesn't know, it does not respond to the command, to come out. In that case, you should plan something manually. If any sort of mishappenings happen, at least manually you can pull off the robot out of the sewage. Else the sewage will get stuck, and all those garbage things will flow out of the potholes. So that is what one risk element that can happen. So you should predict that uncertain future events. So Since it is your project, you are the best person to predict the uncertain risk elements like this than anyone else. Yes, any other third person can comment, but it is only you who can rectify that problem. Okay, so it's your duty to analyze the risk. The another factor is time. When should I start? Yes, when it will end. You should be able to define the time period, right? So obviously, while you are planning your project, this is what one basic element is. The next part is result. We have an agreement, right? We have made an agreement, right? Saying yes and no. Yes, we can match that thing with the result. See, result is nothing but it has two aspects, success and failure. But we guys are seeing only success as a result. I'm so sorry, failure is a beautiful result. Okay. I'm not sure how many people of you have arrears here. Yes, definitely there will be. Right? Only if you have arrears, you know the value of the thing. You will be, trying 2 or 3 times. Finally, you will be the well-versed person in the topic because the topic will be more known to you than a topper. The topper will be studying one time, whereas these arrear students will be taking multiple attempts so that the concepts get involved to the person. So in the later part of life, and that's why more people who had arrears in their college are successful. I'm not discouraging the toppers. If you are understanding the concept, definitely you are a topper. If you are just mugging up and vomiting in your exam papers, I'm so sorry. There is a bitter thing. That is a real bitter thing, right? So while considering the results, even failure is a result. But the thing is, you should not stop with the failure. You should make an attempt to convert that failure to a success, and that's what we mean as a result in a project, right? We call it as a PMC in short form. Yeah. So that is what the result is. It might be product, as I said, it might be service, it might even be a knowledge. Right. The final part is your customer. See, you have developed everything. You have known the purpose, you have known the budget, you have a team, all such kind of things. Finally, who pays for that? Who is going to use this? With whom you are going to stop or to whom this is going to get benefited? The customer, right? So you should define to whom you are making the end of the thing. So this entire composure of 11 elements is what we collectively call as a project management canvas. Purpose, budget, team, conditions, milestones, quality, resources, risk, time, result, and customer. Okay. So these things comprises a project management canvas. And as I said, this is a horoscope. You can, it doesn't mean that only in this order you should go, right? The thing is, you should ensure all these 11 things are there or not. You can follow any sort of orders that is, convenient to you. Okay. So that is what this project management canvas is all about. Are you guys clear? Yes? No? Any doubts in project management canvas? Is this yes for doubts or understood? I have asked two different questions, right? Let me take a positive note. Are you guys clear with project management canvas? Okay, no doubts. Thank you so much. The next thing, another beautiful thing is, we call this beautiful thing as the business model canvas. This is a Miro board. So if you are planning any sort of strategy, there is a tool called Miro. Okay. So you have predefined templates over here, and you have this beautiful sticky notes kind of thing where you can stick and brainstorm any such kind of things. I always use these kind of things to analyze myself whether whatever plan I make, whether it will work, whether I can share with another people. So how to convince those people? So to those things, this Miro board and all these templates we use, like project management canvas, this is business model canvas. If you are focusing your innovation, your project to take it to the next level, to take it to the market, you can use this business model canvas. If that horoscope is to manage your project, this horoscope is to manage your innovation that supports a business, or manage an innovation that converts to a business. Okay. So this is what the business model canvas. The first element in the business model canvas is, again, this is another horoscope which is a mixture of elements. It doesn't follow any sort of orders. The order is random thing. The first thing is, before starting with partners, let me go to this. Okay. Okay. The first thing we can consider is the key activities. Okay. So let key activities be the first thing. What are the key steps to move ahead to your customers? We at project management canvas have, what we have seen is the purpose, starting from the purpose and knowing about the customers, right? So that is how our travel is being so far. We have, identified some problem, we have developed some solutions, and we have traveled to a path to know who is going to use. So that is what those 11 steps have taught us. Here we should know who our customer is, okay, and then we should take it from there. So the end point of project management canvas is going to be the starting point of the business model canvas. Let me take in that part. Okay, the first thing is key activities. What are the key steps to move ahead to your customers? Okay, in case of Bandicoot, so they know their customers, they know their needs, they know their requirements, they know the challenges, they know the opportunities, they know the challenges, they know the opportunities, they know the challenges, they know the opportunities, they know the challenges, they know the opportunities. So this is what the key activities are. I'm so sorry, there is a power drop here, so that I have lost my Wi-Fi. I hope I'm back now, and
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
you guys
Fine, sir.
can hear me. Yeah, thank you so much. So we were speaking about the key activities. So the key activities is the first thing which we are going to use. Okay. So we know the customers, and we should know what sort of activities we are going to use to the customer. Okay. So in case of the Bandicoot, they know that they are going to develop a robot. They should know the activities which they should do to develop a robot. What are all the steps? As I said, they should buy the electronic equipments they need, the wires, the metals, the sensors, the softwares they have, they wish to develop, you know, all such kind of things are what we define as the key activities. If you know the key activities, the next part is obviously the key resources. To do those key activities, what are all the resources you need? Like we discussed in the project management canvas, the same thing. The things, the materials, or the persons, including your mentors. So resources is nothing but nothing, not only the physical resources, it also means the financial resources more than the intellectual resources, the knowledge resources. More than anything, this is what needed, the intellectual knowledgeful resources that make your idea work. So that is the second part, the key resources. And once you know the activities and resources, you should know the key partners to whom to join, most importantly, to whom not to join. If you don't know who to join, make sure there are some people who doesn't even fit your idea. They might be expert in some other case. Okay. You can't make a rabbit swim in an ocean, whereas a tortoise can easily. So that you should know, if you are planning something in ocean, you should know to choose a tortoise than an available rabbit. Okay. So you should know that key partners. So what are your key partners going to get you, so that you are, competitively, you are, you have that advantage. You are able to face your competitors. Okay. So you should know to who to join and who not to join. The key partners. The next part is the propositions. So how will you make your customers' life happy? We should know that factor. See, Cadbury is one company that makes, Perk. Cadbury also makes dairy milk. Cadbury also makes the higher end of dairy milk, which is silk, bubbly nowadays. Cadbury also makes 5-star. You know, Cadbury has that beautiful mind. They know their proposition. They know their, way to make their customers' life happy by selling perk for 5 rupees, by selling silk for 40 plus rupees. Yes, by selling 5-star for 10 rupees. Okay. So this is how, if you know your customer well, this also fit for the next category, the customer segments. If you know your customer segment well, you can plan your proposition that makes your customers life happy. So if you have 5 rupees, you will buy the perk. If you have 10 rupees, you will buy 5-star. If you have 40 rupees, you will buy a fruit and nut or silk, whatever it may be. Whatever you buy, it will benefit the Cadbury. This is how they have drafted their business model. Okay. So this is what the propositions and the segments is all about. Yes. If you know these things, you should know, you should develop the customer relationship. Snickers is one company that sells that energy bar or chocolate, but they won't brand them as like that. They take this emotion called hungry. You know that, right? What Snickers will always say? Can anyone answer? What is the brand mantra of Snickers? Snickers. Anyone know? Let me not waste my time. Snickers uses this emotion called the hungry. They'll say, if you are feeling hungry, you won't be yourself. So have a Snickers, that will reduce your hunger. Okay. So that is what Snickers will always say. Likewise, a chocolate doesn't have any sort of relationship with love. What this dairy milk people will say, celebrate your every, celebrations, or if you are feeling love, present a dairy milk. So that is what they always say, right? So that why they are saying is not only they are using this as a branding tool, they are developing relationships with their customer. So to their innovations, they are building this customer relationship, using the emotion which their customer easily connects with. So that is what this customer relationship is. Okay. The next thing is cost structure. Okay. So I know the activities to be done. I have the resources. I know the partners. I know the proposition, the customer segments, and I also built the customer relationship. But when the relationship will get success is only when they buy or use your product or service or your knowledge, right? To use that, you should be framing a clear-cut cost structure. Like I said, perk is rupees 5. Yes. The another thing is 5-star is 10, and the other rest of the premium products is 40. So they have segmented their customers, like for any sort of lower end customers will buy the perk, the middle class people or who can spend up to 10 rupees for one chocolate, they'll be buying the 5-star and any other things. Who have, the premium customers can experience the silk and any other thing. Yes. So that is how they have segmented the thing, and that is how those people that Cadbury has, framed their cost structure. Okay, this is a finest example for a cost structure. Yes, the final part is the revenue stream. Okay, how you are going to earn. So your cost structure. So if it takes some 4 rupees to develop a product, you should not sell that for a 5 rupees. So you're not earning that much. You should sell it for 10 rupees. The actual production cost of 5-star may be around 4 to 5 rupees. They are selling for 10 rupees. So that's how they are defining their profit. That's how they are defining their revenue stream. So the revenue stream is in multiple ways, not alone by selling the chocolate. They are selling more sort of branded things. Their merchandise is there. They are giving franchise to the shops. So they have planned multiple streams of revenue, right? So that if you have multiple revenue streams, the success rate of innovations will be high because you have alternative ways to experiment it, right? So planning your cost structure and revenue streams is another crucial part. Okay, so these things are the basic things. Finally, after planning all these things, you should know how to reach the people. In what way you are going to reach, through either through the advertisements, whether you are going to approach them in person, whether you appoint a separate branding or market team to try it out. So all these 9 elements is another horoscope you know uh, that we use for innovations in terms of business aspects. So one is for project management aspect, the another thing is what innovation, that is for business. Okay, so project management canvas and the business model canvas. Are you guys clear? So these two things are simplest strategies or which you can use immediately if you know that, and you can plan your project well. Clear? Thanks, Shoaib. Thank you so much. Thanks for being attentive. Uh, yes. So let me move to the next part. Let me ask you one question. Okay. You have an innovation. Okay. How you will commercialize it? How you will commercialize it? Do you know any sort of ways to do that? How you will commercialize it? Yes, no, anyone answer? Can you suggest me a way to commercialize my innovation? Through social media. Okay. Not asking that sort of way. Okay, I'll accept that answer, through social media. So that is you yourself is going to commercialize, or you yourself is going to sell your innovation. If you are taking that sort of decision, you are going to use the social media. So that is one part. Thank you so much, Shoaib, again. Any other answer? What are the ways to commercialize your innovation? We have a good deal. If you know, you are going to say yes. If you don't know, you are going to say honest no. If you say a honest no, definitely you guys are going to answer end of the day, and that's why I'm here, right? Any other way? Shoaib is going to use social media to let people know about his innovation or any other. There is this one word which I will also drop in the chat box, called technology transfer. Have you guys have come across this terminology, technology transfer? Regarding patenting technologies, you have another session where another resourceful person will be coming there and sharing about the patenting. I'm not touching that part. Tech transfer. Thanks, Oya, for being honest. No, tech transfer is nothing but, so you have so all this much of time we have planned one innovation, we have developed a strategy, putting our heart and soul. We have now developed the product. Consider this mobile phone as my innovation, right? I have developed this mobile phone. There are two ways to commercialize this mobile phone. One is this technology transfer. The another one is through startup. I myself initiating my company and then commercializing it. That's how all the most of the gentlemen do. This how this technology transfer where comes in is, you are not interested, or you feel that it has been a long route to take a startup, or I don't have any sort of team to support me in terms of a startup and all. You are a sole person. There is this option, tech transfer, where you can transfer your technology to another person who is interested to take up the technology and provide you the royalty or whatever things you require, the financial benefits. It is, kind of a barter system. You are selling your technology to another person who is, very much interested in your technology. In return, you can claim one-time settlement or yearly royalty for your technology that is being getting developed. Okay, this is what we call it as, you are transferring your technology to another person or organization. Okay, take for example, I am saying that this mobile as a my product, right? There is this Nokia. Okay, Nokia wants to develop a new gen mobile. Okay, so they have, they are planning for some sort of features. They are keeping this as a secret within Nokia community. Obviously, any sort of organization, they will be doing that. What I am doing is, I am sharing that I am ready to transfer my technology, which you guys are looking for. You guys are looking to develop a mobile phone. I have developed a mobile phone which I am ready to transfer it to you. In return, you pay me so and so amount so that I can transfer this technology to you. You can name this as a Nokia mobile phone and you can launch this product in your market. You can commercialize it. So this is what this technology transfer is all about. Nokia will buy the technology. Nokia will buy that mobile phone from you one time. So they'll be, getting the ways, they'll be getting the strategy on how to build that mobile phone from you. You will be supporting Nokia to develop that mobile phone. They will develop that mobile phone in the name of Nokia and they will share. How much they will be earning through your technology, right? So with that earnings, they will pay you a share in the technology. So that's why in starting itself, I have said, look around you, look the market around you, look the opportunities around you, understand the opportunities. With that opportunity, you plan your project, so that if you plan your project in that way, either or other, you can commercialize it in this part, either to tech transfer or to a startup. So this is what the tech transfer is. You might ask a question, where I can transfer my technologies. Okay, now I think my screen is visible now. Yes. So there is our government who have set up a technology transfer centers. So they have, government itself has created a technology transfer centers. Okay, there are this TTOs or OTTs, technology transfer office or office of technology transfer. This is what we call. Okay, you can see it here at Hyderabad. There is this IKP Prime. There is at C Camp, we have OTT. At KIT Technology, Bhubaneswar, we have one thing. At New Delhi, we have a thing. At Pune, another one thing is New Delhi. At Trivandrum. Okay, we guys, like incubation centers like us or any sort of academic institution, we are connected with this technology transfer office. So if you have any sort of technology that you would like to transfer to the people, you have all the liberty to approach me through your organization, through your college, where we can put you to these technology transfer office. These people will have the database of corporates or organizations who are willing to, take up your technology, and that's how this tech transfer process is, made very easy nowadays. Okay, this is how the like Soeb has said, through social media we can commercialize it, right? Consider this technology transfer offices as a social media where you can transfer your technology to a viable organization, right? So this is what this transferring this innovation to an application in one way, that is technology transfer, right? Now, are you guys clear about this tech transfer, on where and how you will be doing? Oh, yes. Okay. So this is how you will plan your innovation. Okay. You will be developing a strategy to an innovation. If these two things are very clear, your technology will be developed. Okay. If your technology is developed, you don't want to run your own startup. Instead, you are wishing to do this technology transfer, and these TTOs are going to support your tech transferring process. So that your innovation will not going to be showcased in your cupboards. Your innovation is not going to stay happily in your department library or cupboards. It will reach the real world. Like you said, your innovation will benefit the society through this tech transfer process. Okay, this is one route. There is another route. Now you guys open a new tab and travel along with me. The ride will be faster than usual. Okay, if you are planning your startup, I will now take you to all the sites where I said there is funding is an easy part, right? Where this, if you are planning your startup, what are all the organizations in India, in Karnataka, in your state, are ready to support your innovations that that can be transferred to a startup. Okay, first thing is Startup India. So startupindia.gov.in is what the site is. Okay, so Startup India is what the official nodal agency of our government, where all sort of startup oriented things will be getting posted in simple terms. You can consider this as a Facebook for startups. Okay, straight away you have all the options. You have this thing called network. You can connect with more than 2 lakh startup, 800 plus incubators, 180 plus accelerators. You can connect with 700 plus mentors, blah 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 kind of things. Okay, you have this word called incubators, and you have heard that I am a person from an incubator. Do you guys know about an incubator? If you don't know, then it's very simple. Incubation center at hospitals is for a baby, right? An immature baby, we'll placing it in an incubation center or an incubator. We will be providing all sort of nourishment to make that baby as a healthy baby. Likewise, in a startup business incubator, the baby is what your brain child, your idea is all about. So we will be incubating your idea. We will be providing this mentoring support, networking support, this financial support as a nourishment, so that your baby, your idea is healthy, so that it reaches a market, it reaches a stage of a startup. So that is what an incubation center do. We provide the mentor support, we provide the network. We also have, at my background, you can see I have blurred my background here. So at my background, you can see all those spaces, right? So those things are workspaces which we normally give to our startups. So they'll use this spaces as their office, and they do their business. So this is what incubation center is all about. We have a fab lab, so that whatever idea that comes to your mind, you can come to our fab lab, you can design here, you can develop the prototype, you can develop the technology here. Once you develop the technology, if you are initiating your startup, we'll connect with all these bodies and support you in developing to a startup. If you are not willing to initiate a startup, we will connect you to a technology transfer office where you transfer your technology to the another person. Very simple. This is the route of innovation to commercialization. Okay, so and that's how Startup India is also operating. You have more number of schemes and policies where all these things can be experimented. What I motivate you is there is an option called the programs. So you can, explore this program right away. I'm explaining. You can see a number of opportunities running here and there. All these things are free of cost. If you have an idea, register an idea for programs that is getting updated every day in this portal. So like use a Facebook or LinkedIn, you can use that. And if you are not using LinkedIn, I personally motivate you to use your LinkedIn so that you can connect with more professional people. The another site is DST, Department of Science and Technology. So dst.gov.in. So this is from our Ministry of Science and Technology. So again, like Startup India, this is another portal where you can grab your opportunity for the technology. What I motivate you is there are some schemes that is open throughout the year. I'll use this annotation. Okay, there are some schemes that is open throughout the year, and there is something called electronic project management system. So for the electronic project management system, your college will be having the access. But through view this, what are all the schemes that are open throughout the year? Any common man have the access to view that. Okay, if you just click that, you will be heading towards the thing. You have all these schemes that open throughout the year. Okay. The next thing is biotech. So if you are planning something in life science or biotech oriented innovations, you have this Department of Biotechnology. Why I'm taking to the portals directly is you should not end up in some sort of fake websites, right? So if you have doubts whether they will support me or not, you can see the numbers over here. Right now, today, this moment in India, there are more than 2,300 projects that is being supported by the government. Yes, there are more than 2,600 projects that are so far been sanctioned. Out of that, 94 are international projects also. Yes, more than 450 patents are filed through this. More than 412 new technologies are generated only through DBT. So if this is the case with DBT, how about the case with DST and Startup India and all such kind of people? So what we all need is right sort of technology. If you have the technology, or if you have the idea to develop a right technology, I mean the right technology in the terms that benefits everyone. Okay. So if you have an idea to that, for that, these organizations are there to support you. BIRAC is another platform, birac.nic.in. Yes, Biotechnology Innovation Research Assistant Council, we call it as BIRAC. Okay, so this is a part of DBT. So this BIRAC is particularly for biotech innovations. You have this option called the call for proposal, where you can go there. Yes, current calls, you can see everything is open and transparent to you. All you have to do is go spend some time and apply for that. Okay. The next thing is Atal Innovation Mission. We short formly call this as an AIM. So aim.gov.in is what the another thing is. Like Startup India, like all other things, you have opportunities that's been going here. You can see the metrics of AIM over here. Yes, this is not restricted only to the biotech or any such kind of things. This is general for all. So what sort of innovations you have, you can apply for this. Atal Innovation Mission, our government through this Niti Aayog have developed something called the tinkering labs even at school stage. So you are going to compete in future with the school kids, not with a person who is sitting next to you. School kids are going to challenge you in terms of technologies. So you should be equipped and you should be like I said, you should be equipped for the war by knowing all these kind of opportunities. So if all these organizations are supporting in the national level, in your state, there is a thing called Startup Karnataka. Startup.karnataka.gov.in is what the site is. So Startup Karnataka, like Startup India supports the nationwide thing. Startup Karnataka supports the Karnataka. If your innovation is from the state, your state is ready to support through your state startup support program. Okay. Tamil Nadu has Startup TN, Kerala has Kerala Startup Innovation Mission, Karnataka has Startup Karnataka, likewise Andhra, Telangana, everyone have their own startup cells for their state. Yes, if you are planning for your startup, and these organizations are there to support you in all means of mentoring, financial, and all such kind of steps. Okay. So what we have seen today is what is innovation, how what are all the the strategies for innovation. Two strategies: one is project management canvas, one is business model canvas. So with the strategy being getting planned, how we are going to transfer our innovation, how we are going to transfer that strategy to useful project. That is through tech transfer, and another one is through a startup. In case of tech transfer, whom to approach, how they are supporting. In terms of startups, what are all the organizations that supports thing. And in between, you have also known about the startup incubator also. Yes. So so sorry. So this is what I have in my bags today to share with you. Are you guys clear? I am open now to answer your questions. Do you have any questions?
Before thanking sir, it is open for discussion. If you have any doubts and all related to what
Let me not proceed to thank you. Yeah. No
any
need thanks.
doubts or
Let
sir,
me
we
finish
have to
now.
thank
Any
you
doubts?
when we have.
We have
Yeah,
an.
that's what I'm asking. Any doubts or
I'll come
clarification
to
to
that
be
part.
made then?
Guys, we have that agreement. You have all the liberty to say yes or no, or if you have anything to share beyond that. If I have missed anything to share, you have the liberty to unmute yourselves and educate me and the rest of the panel over here. Yes? No? I think we are on time.
So I hope all of you are attentive, and now the session is open for discussion. So if you have any doubts, please, you're open to ask to Gautam Parnis. Thank you.
Special thanks to Shoaib, Shreyas, and other people for being, interactive and attentive. Thank you. It is no doubt. Thank you, guys. Had a great day with you all. Thanks, RL Institute. Thanks to the principal and the entire management. Thanks to the team IIC for inviting me. Hope I have justified my invitation. I'll drop my LinkedIn ID where I'm active. So if you guys want to connect to me, you can connect to me. If you want to share to me something that is related to innovation or something related to your project, you should approach through your IIC. Okay, you should take the proper channel to approach that. Okay, fine. Thank you all. Thank you so much for being attentive. Thanks for the opportunity, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for this mesmerizing, interesting talk, which seeked all the attention towards innovation strategies and transfer of innovation into applications. Sir highlighted about technology transfer activities into three phases: preparation, installation, and utilization. These three phases are in turn affected by technological, organizational, and environmental factors. Sir also briefed about how technology transfer offices play a crucial role in the process by identifying developments ripe for translation to real world solutions. Also told about business model canvas, which is a strategic management template used for developing new business models and documenting existing one by quoting and examples of interest. Thank you so much, sir, for sparing your time with us and by sharing this knowledge to us about everything you delivered. It was a nice talk too. Um, I thank all the participants for your active participation, and I hope you enjoyed the session. The next session will continue within 15 minutes. Thank you for joining.